Don't you wish you was a camel so every day was hump day? What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Hump Day. Time for the Hump Day Happy Hour. And before we get started, we're going to go over and thank the Patreons because they're absolutely awesome. Also, welcome Robert. He's a POTUS supporter. Supporters don't make this list, but he's a POTUS supporter and new. And we do got some new music because of that. Also, shout out to the YouTube members. These guys are absolutely awesome. They're in green in chat or possibly blue if they're an administrator. All right, and then I hope I'm clicking on the right board here. Yeah, I'm on the right board. All right, so this is the end of the third quarter. These 10 right here will be in the drawing for the second quarter. They'll be in the drawing for the second quarter. Probably will do that when I get back from my trip, which we're getting ready to discuss. Also, there's also another drawing that'll be happening the same night, which will be the second quarter PZN Challenge people. 6 people, November 4 Charlie Whiskey Bravo, Kilo 8 Golf Quebec, Kilo 4 Lima India, Kilo Echo 4 Eastern Standard Time, Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Foxtrot Bravo, and Kilo Delta 9 Uniform Delta Victor will all be eligible for that second quarter. But unfortunately, 3 days into the third quarter, and then there was 5. Steven, you made a good run, buddy. Told you better staff that bike more. So we are down to 5, which is what we finished with last year. I don't know if we're going to finish with this. I don't know if we can tie last year.
It'll be tough.
But all right. And for this quarter already getting started, imagine that. Kilo 4 Lima India leading the pack. We got several ties there. We got Kilo 4 Lima India, then James Jenner, and then I think it's a 3-way tie for 3rd through 5th, and then Uncle Terry and Steven, and then there's another 3-way tie, I think, for the last 3 spots. It's always kind of like that at the beginning of the quarter, so that'll iron itself out, I'm sure.
I need to change that. It's not Uncle Terry anymore. It's Grandpa Terry.
Oh, yeah, it is Grandpa Terry, ain't it?
It is. It is. Happy Hump Day, everybody in the chat. Good to see everybody. Kenny Adams, Toby, Sherry. Get to stay off the damn sidewalks. I know you're driving. Craig, what's going on?
You know, she should stay off the sidewalks, but an interesting story. She was driving on the sidewalk yesterday, and she happened to see a deer licking the chalk off of a sidewalk. So she determined that Terry had lost his pet, and she wasn't able to get a hold of Terry. And Terry got to go get his chalk licking deer, and everything's all good.
Oh dear.
Hey, thank you very much, Mike, for the super chat. Mike says, I'm going to that board. Come on, bring this on.
That's the way to do it. Just broke the tie.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Everybody enjoying their 13 colonies event so far, I hope. Some of the pilots are rowdy. I mean, you think some POTA hunters don't know their own call signs. Holy crap. I'm taking 4 stations. I'm taking 4 stations only. QRZ 4 stations only. 4 stations only. QRZ. Whiskey 0. God almighty.
I went to get one on 7295. After my activation, because the only hunting I've done, first off, that several of them's hunted me during my activation, but the only hunting I've done has been at the park so far. And I'll just look and see, and I'll find 3 or 4 of them and I'll hunt them. And I'm almost done already. But that's just that I haven't even tried yet.
You made me mad the other night because I was trying to get Pennsylvania, and I'm sitting there calling this fool with Pennsylvania. He had a big pilot. I'm sitting there calling this fool probably 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, a million times. Mm-hmm. And James must have been just perfect to him and blow his speaker out of his radio because he one-shotted him from a park. And I looked over at James in the north. I'm like, fucking PZN just got him with one call.
So technically, every K station besides one, I've only threw my call out one time.
That is awesome.
So but I did not even throw out my call for this one poor guy that was on 7295 because I kid you not. First off, I listen. That's one reason why I'm one-shotting these people, because I listen and I see where they're taking their calls. But I could barely hear him. And even when he was talking, there was 8 to 9 hunters talking over top of him.
Yeah.
It was just constant. And there was people in there yelling, let him talk. And then on top of that, there was a stupid AMer playing AM music. I mean, I felt so bad for the guy. Yeah. It was absolutely horrible.
Speak of the devil, it's like Beetlejuice. Grumpy Terry's in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Mike, hey, KG5SRG, welcome. And Liz and Fam, Echo Romeo.
Who was probably on the road to Chi-Town, so be careful on the road out there. But yeah, it's been a good event for me so far. I mean, because like I said, it ain't like I'm hunting QRP this year. I'm just at the park, and when I get done, I just go and bust them out. But I think I've had 4 of them hunt me while I'm activating.
Yeah. All I need now is the GB13. I have all the rest of them, and I need to pick up a couple more for clean sweeps on certain bands. But just GB13 is all I'm liking right now. So. But hey, it's fun.
I did get the Whiskey Mike 3 pin. I got it on CW, and then because I was putting it in the log because it's still in the park, and then I'm thinking, well, shit, Terry activated with me, so I programmed her station in. I said, all right, when I tell you, push that button. She said, I don't know CW. I said, push that button when I tell you. So she pushed that button. He came back to you, and I said, now push that button.
There you go.
And she got Whiskey Mike 3 pin with CW. So
I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the 1x1 call signs were working CW. I want to say on 15 meters, and I got them, and they were not spotted on POTA. But when they heard my call sign, they came back to me and said, "Hi, Dan, POTA on 599." And I was like, "Okay, so you know me, but I don't know you. I don't know who the operator was."
It happens. So, like, I can be doing field day for Whiskey 8, Lima Oscar Golf. I can be doing field day for Whiskey Victor 8, Charlie, and people will come through and they're like, "Hey, James, how you doing today?" I'm like, "Doing good."
Sherry has a point. She says she's practicing because she needs to be able to hear her call. What? All right, wait, Sherry, I got a question. How come you cannot watch but only listen, but you can send messages in the comments while you're driving? We have to address this. Okay. Is West Virginia a hands-free state? She wants to be able to hear her call sign and send my call sign before I get back to West Virginia, which is good because if you learn your own call sign, Sherry, you're going to be better than probably 80% of the hunters out there so far.
Yeah, and once you learn your call sign, you can always just do like Terry and repeatedly send it.
That's right. Larry, Hammertown, good to see you.
Get Terry all fired up today.
Yeah, we had an invasion from the north down here the last couple of days. N6 NRD or V3JLN is on his way through the area. We hit a bunch of parks in northern Florida around Tallahassee and had a great 2 days visiting with him. Good to meet him and everybody else, and had fun. That's the main thing. Took a couple of days off of work, relaxed. Did a couple of just relaxing rows, not like go out and bust your ass kind of rows. So it was nice.
Well, speaking of relaxing rows.
You like that segue?
I'm getting ready. Tomorrow's my release of my monthly stats from June. I haven't even looked at them, but I already know they suck because the last 2 months suck because propagation sucks. Yes. But it's the time of the year when I just say, I think I'm done with this, and I start making contacts whether the propagation allows it or not. I don't care if I have to orbit up me an AT&T telephone up there for people to call me on the radio. It's about over. So, I was supposed to go to Arizona, and Cherry's surgery's coming up, and it's not going to permit the Arizona trip. So, I'm still going west. But it's a totally different trip, and I'm combining a great relaxing trip to get more states and to start testing these kids for this youth challenge.
That's right.
So let me see here.
Yeah. So when James of the North was down here, we went down and got him his first Florida park on Monday. So that was cool. Got another green box for him, and he's going to get a couple more. So.
All right. So what we got planned here is Friday evening when she gets off work. Hopefully you guys can see that map.
Yeah.
Friday evening, we're not going real far. We're going out and we're going to stop right here about Shelbyville, which is about the center of the screen in between Frankfort and Louisville, and that's where we're going to be staying. This is known as a pass-through state, is what I'm calling these. So I'll go ahead and put it out there. If anyone gets me in every state that I go through, I'm designing a new challenge point just for this trip. But you must get me in every state that I'm in.
And he's only going to work 160 meters.
No, I'm only working microwave. Okay?
Yeah.
No,
with a ham stick, 160 meters on a ham stick.
But this is a pass-through state, so it's going to be one that you got to pay attention because it'll be in the evening, that first evening on the way through. I will probably stop back here around Winchester and get to Daniel Boone National Forest. I've done it many a times, and there's a million places you can do it and do it quick.
Yeah.
So that's probably the agenda for Friday night.
There might even be places you can do it while you're driving down the road, like the Osceola National Forest in Florida.
There is a little ways that I can do that while driving, but I probably will not do that. All right. So the next morning we're going to travel. I don't know how many parks I'm going to stop at along this way because it just depends on how I feel. I'm probably definitely going to stop in St. Louis and maybe do the Arch. We'll see how crowded it is.
You gonna meet up with Mom? You gonna meet up with Mom?
If Mama's home, I have not messaged Mom yet, but I'm going to message Mom and see. I'm going to stop there, and if it's not super crowded, I may activate that. If it is super crowded, I'll go want to go back. But I'm going to end up down here in Springfield, Missouri. That's where I will be staying that night, and I'll be activating around there that evening.
Man, every time I look at maps at other places, it makes me so jealous of the density of the parks. It's crazy.
And again, I'm not going to try to kill a million parks while I'm gone. It's going to be a relaxing road. But Missouri will be an easy state for you to get me at. Now, the next morning is when you got to be on your toes again, because I'm going to cross over here and cross the border. And one park, Wind Bridges State Park in Oklahoma, that will be your only shot at Oklahoma for me. Because I'm just crossing the border just to get that park, and then I'm done. Because from there, I'm going north.
Into another state.
Going north, and I'm going to end up, there we go. I'm going to end up here around Topeka. And I'm going to activate here around Topeka. And again, I'm not saying I won't be activating on the way to these places too. I'm just giving you places I'm staying and definite parks that I'm going to be activating. I figured this one right here, I'll definitely be doing in Topeka, Perry State Park, because it looks like it's on water. We all know I love water. So that's where I'll be staying that evening. The next day, going up, I'm going to blow it up this time because a little bit more. Next day, now we'll zoom back in. I'm going to be staying in Omaha. And from Omaha, if you look right here, this is first off, this is exciting right here because, no, that's not the one. Where's it at? Maybe here. I got it. I know it's somewhere right here. There we go. Ooh. How many times have I activated that park? A million.
Not in that state. That's awesome.
A million. But this one right here, back off of it and let me zoom in a little bit. I'm pretty well. For one, that's where the yellow dot is.
Yeah.
And for two, they actually have, zoom in close enough here. May have been another map I was looking at it. It must have been the other map, but they actually have the monument for the Lewis and Clark right here.
Nice.
So I'm definitely going to do that. I'm definitely doing the Lewis and Clark there in Nebraska. And what's really cool, you see just right down here, there's a couple of parks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in Nebraska no more, bud. I'm in Iowa.
Nice.
So 2 states right there where I'm staying. States that I don't have neither one of them. So that's going to be interesting. And it's not going to take me real long to get there from Topeka. So this will be a bigger POTA day right here. The next day's a longer drive. I'll be chugging along on up here. I don't know which park I'm going to get in South Dakota, but along this lines, there'll probably be something like that right there, right off the road. And I'm going to keep chugging up. That'll be South Dakota. I might do more than one, but that might be a pass-through state because I'm going all the way up because this is a long day of driving here. I'm going all the way up to this place right here. Fargo.
That's North Dakota, right?
That is North Dakota. Well, I can't seem to get the parks to zoom in there, but there are parks around it. I don't know why they're not zooming in right now. When I leave Fargo, come right over here. We're now in Minnesota for another state.
Minnesota.
That's
right. Larry wants to know when you're going to start your trip.
I'm starting the trip Friday evening about 5 o'clock.
And Mike Halpany says, what bands? Probably 40-20. So.
40 and 20. Maybe some 30-meter CW. We'll see. A 40 and 20 for sure. But I'm going to travel through Minnesota and down to. I got to blow this up because I don't want to get lost here. Down to Wisconsin. I'm trying to find the exact spot. Probably not going to be able to find the exact spot. I know it's in this area somewhere, but it's called Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, and that is where I will be testing Cameron for the Youth Challenge.
Nice.
So I'll be meeting up with Cameron there, and hopefully testing with him, getting his test out of the way, and the next day I'm going to go across that water, and no, I'm not taking the ferry because it's extremely expensive. Across this water, and it's somewhere up in this area right in here, and I'm going to be meeting the Rose family, and that is where I'll be doing a ton of testing. I've got the Rose's 5 kids and Ian to test there, so I'll be spending several days up there.
Is there any chance that y'all are going to do, say, like a multiple operator activation?
I'm going to say there's a very good chance that we're going to multiple operator. So here's the thing: when the kids are testing, that it can only be one kid there.
Yeah,
the other kids can't see or know any. Like the kids are sworn to secrecy once they leave. You can't tell none of your brothers, none of your sisters what the test was, anything about the test, because number one, they're competing against you. You're competing against your brother and sister.
Yeah, you have to pinky swear.
You don't want to lose to them because you gave them the heads up, do you? But we're going to be doing two categories, 13 and over and 12 and under, I think is what we decided. So
now, is that mentally or physically? Because if it's mentally, Terry can apply.
I'm gonna have to say I would have to ask Terry for his birth certificate, because just because he hangs out on grade school parking lots does not make him a grade schooler.
He's not allowed within 1,000 feet of a grade school parking lot. Stop it.
Yeah, well.
Chat's filling up. Hey, everybody. Filling in kind of late here. We're going over James's Rove plans for next week or so. Larry, saw you pop in here. Paul Hopman, good to see you. Anyone RIP? Sorry, I keep missing you on the spots. Just been busy. Lou, good to see you. Gene McPhee, four-wheeling redneck. I love it. Let's see. The antenna guru, KO4FSZ. Toby, good to see you. Sandy, AE4RM. Howdy. Good to see the chat filling up.
But now the good thing is I have playtime at any of these places that I could adjust and change things around to, and if anybody is going to be anywhere near any of these areas and wants to activate, hit me up, because I'm all about activating with other people, and it's always fun. Matter of fact, the other night at Forks of the Coal, I got parked apart from the same park, and I told him, I said, "Hey, I don't know you. Come on down." So got to meet a new activator.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's a 7 call in West Virginia, and he lives in West Virginia now. So it's
always good to meet new people. There were a couple yesterday while we were out doing our road in North Florida that I think at least 2 people just out of the blue said, "Hey, I'm taking a trip to Florida here soon, coming down 75, passing right through Valdosta." I said, "Man, shoot me an email. We'll meet up."
Absolutely. It's really, really fun. That's one of the great things about POTA, because there's nothing like POTA people. They'll do anything for you. They'll help you in any way, and they're always excited to see see each other. It's just, people you don't even know. You pull into a park and you see somebody with an antenna up, you're going to go talk to them. I mean, it's just obvious. Oh Lord, we need to activate in Virginia. Bring Terry.
I
don't know if it's illegal to bring Terry across state lines.
Well, we also need to go ahead and address again. It's no longer Virginia.
That is true.
It's Eastern West Virginia.
You should put an EW before that VA.
Well, I wonder what people would do like during the contest where they want to know your ARRL section if you say Eastern West Virginia.
I ought to when I'm not calling, just get on there and start calling. And they're like, "What's your section?" I'm like, EWVA. Where is that? I'm like, Eastern West Virginia. Duh.
Oh, that would be so funny.
He says Kiwi will be there.
Speaking of getting invited out to do POTA with your friends, I'm actually in a conversation on Discord right now, in a private message with my good friend Ken, and just got invited to a park this weekend with food and everything. So,
ooh,
and I think we know what the food is. It starts with a B and it ends with a Risket.
Wow. Well,
It's good to have POTA friends that feed you.
And speaking of that, I'm going to be gone for several days, and I'll be staying in a lot of different motels and stuff. But big shout out to Viz and family, because they did offer their camper for when I got to Michigan, and I'll be staying in their camper when I get to Michigan, and they're feeding me. She's already asked me, what do you like for breakfast? What do you like for this? Got the Dr. Pepper stocked in the refrigerator. So that's the kind of thing you get when you get with POTA people.
Oh, Mike, I will. Mike, I'll highlight your comment. There you go, buddy. Liz said you're going to get cold lasagna. Really cold lasagna. If you hear popping in the background, my kids are having a Nerf gun fight. And directly after the stream, I have to go show them the correct way to have a Nerf gun fight. So if you hear strange noises, that's what it is.
Terry, you're not coming with me. No, there's no need for Bud Light.
All right. So after your meetup in the Michigani area, are you going to rove your way back, or just drive straight back home?
Well, there will definitely be some activating on the way back. I'll be crossing over into Ohio and making my way back that way. So, Gene wants to know, is it legal to bring Clarice across state lines? And the answer was, for me, it was legal, because Michael's mom actually, gave me permission to take her to Dayton and whatever. She, however, did not know that Terry was going to kidnap her and, get the I Love Terry tattoo on her butt and, send her back to the pirate spike and
the black eye and everything else that went along with it. Well, that looks like a fun. What are you doing? Like a week?
Yeah. Well, it's 9 days total.
Yeah.
Nine and a half, because we're leaving Friday evening. 9.5 total.
That's a good amount of time for that. You're not trying to rush to get places,
Right. So what I do want to know is who's gonna earn that? Who in the chat is gonna earn that coin? I want to know who's gonna earn that coin.
Oh, I am, for sure.
Because I'm telling you, like I just said earlier, it's the time of the year that I'm going to start putting out numbers. So if I got to challenge you guys to give me those numbers, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, well, I don't know that I'm going to do them all on all the states on CW, because I probably won't on Kentucky for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll try.
And when you're in Discord and stuff, if I'm too far west and 40's not working, just tell me to switch to 20.
Yeah. Depends on what time of day, too. I mean, if you're in North Dakota and you get on 40 meters at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm not even going to turn the radio on.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. There's going to be some daytime activating, because
as long as you hit 20 over there, I'll be able to hit you no matter where you are, probably.
The South Dakota is probably going to be middle of day.
Oh, speaking of the Dakotas, are you going to be close to Juliet, Quebec uniform? Or is he over in the Carolinas now?
He should be in South Dakota.
Yeah,
and I do need to see exactly where he's at.
Shoot him a message. Y'all can have an in-person, real-life, eye-to-eye rag chew and see how long it takes.
Oh, well, I don't know if I've got an extra 3 weeks.
Y'all can talk over dinner.
Kurt, I've been dying to talk to you, but it can only last for dinner. Yeah. I got to get back on the road.
Yeah, that'll be a cool meetup there. Long time OG there.
Oh, he might even make me a drink, huh?
Yeah, a very nice one too. Yeah, he's a connoisseur of the liqueurs.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be in North Dakota. Yeah. And if anybody specifically needs any of these states for your POTA worked off states, make sure and get me a message. That way I can get a hold of you and give you, ideas on when I'm going to be hitting them and stuff like that. Yes, I'm going to be. I look for a pileup in North Dakota because we all know there's only like 4 hams in the state.
Yeah.
And most of the time that it gets activated is by people that's not from North Dakota anyway.
Yeah, and he'll be around Fargo. No, Clarice does not have a call sign yet. She's testing for her ultra extra class soon.
Kiwi needs North Dakota. All right, awesome. Send me a email on the best way to get a hold of you to give y'all times that I'll be hitting parks in North Dakota. That way we can make that happen for you.
And shameless plug for our Discord. All of the spots will be in our POTA channel. So
that's right.
Some of them may not even be on the POTA spotter. We don't know yet, but all of them will be in Discord.
I mean, there will be. Every state will be spotted on POTA.
Oh yeah,
but some of those in between those places that I'm hitting may only be quick Discord activations. So it's always good to be in the Discord. It costs you nothing, and
well, the pressing question for me is, while you are gone from West by God, who is going to hit the 1810 Atno?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Another guy from my club did activate it the other night. So
Terry's counting on you. He needs 189 more parks in North Dakota.
Terry, you can go over to Buy Me a Coffee right now and do one of those $1 million super chats.
And he'll work all North Dakota.
And I for $1 million, Terry, I will activate all of North Dakota.
You would be the first person to do it, I imagine.
Oh, I guarantee you that.
The old West Virginia boy went over and activated all of North Dakota. Something's wrong with this picture.
I did mess with PP Man the other day. I said, "Hey, how many QSOs you got to your home park?" He said, "About 4,000." I said, "You ain't gonna own that when you come back." He said, "You can't get 4,000 while you're there." I said, 4,000, dude. That's a week.
Terry said he would gladly pay you on Tuesday.
And I'll gladly start activating it on Wednesday.
Well, give it 7 days for the check to clear. Now, that sounds like a really fun trip, dude.
It is, and it's a ton of new states for me. It's not the trip I wanted for July, but it is a ton of new states, and they're all going to be new parks to me, other than the Lewis and Clark. Of course, I've activated. I am going to hit Lewis and Clark in North Dakota and Idaho. So that's 2 more in the Lewis and Clark states for me. Just who knows? I might get bored one day and it's like, I'm going to work every Lewis and Clark state.
Yeah, there you go. And not to read into anything that may or may not be happening, but that would be a good thing to do too, because it may or may not happen that POTA might start tracking trails where you can actually know the states that those trails are in. So and keep track of QSOs per state of the trail, stuff like that. So.
If that was the case, I was the atno for the West Virginia Lewis and Clark.
There you go.
Well, not if you go retroactive.
Yeah.
Not if you go retroactive.
Man, I wish I could go. That's for sure. If I could take a week and a half or so off, I'd darn sure go with you. That looks like a blast.
It's gonna be a good time. That's for sure.
And it's a good time of year. It's a good time of year to do it too. You don't want to start doing it in fall and stuff like that, because you probably don't want to be in North Dakota in like December.
No, I'm. Speaking of fall, and talking about trips, that one's coming up too. October's going to be another epic trip for me. I'm going up and taking over the northern lands, in the name of the king. So that's going to be an epic trip. I have a feeling I'll freeze up there.
Just bring Clarice with you. She'll keep you warm.
Do what?
Bring Clarice with you. She'll keep you warm.
No, listen.
Does she not have a visa?
Terry has ruined Clarice.
There's no warm left.
He's just a cold body now.
Oh my god. That'll be great. Yeah, that'll be a fun trip up there too. You're probably going to get like 400 new parks.
It'll be a lot up there,
Yeah.
But plus all of these are going to be new parks. Because new parks is what's hard for me to get now. Because it's. I'd say if I did a radius around my house, I'd say it would be at least 4 hours if I did a circle radius. I could probably find one within 4 hours.
Me and NRD, James in the North, were talking about that when we were on our roads the last couple of days. And the park density around here is, even where we went, there's a good number of parks, but they're about 30, 45 minutes apart, just far enough apart to be annoying on a road. 15, 20-minute hops between parks is fine. When you start getting 30, 40, 45 minutes, it starts to get annoying,
Yeah. Dude, that 20 park road that we did in Western North Carolina, that was a good fun road. Because, it was just one after another.
Yep.
So I like roads like that.
Is there a way to make Discord alert only James? Not easily, but not easily. I guess we could set up a separate channel just for your road spots, but
yeah, could we? I was gonna say maybe we could set up like a just my trip road, or something, and to where we could do that, because you could move my POTA spot to that room, and that would be the only one you move to that room, and have another like sign up at James Trip or something that people could click on, or I don't know. You can figure that out, and I know you.
Will Ham Alert still work if not spotted on POTA? It depends on how you have your Ham Alert configured, Craig. By default, yes, it will, unless you explicitly put a POTA only filter on it.
Yes.
Now, if you're spotted, like if you're seen on the cluster, if you're just spotted on POTA itself, let me think of this. It's weird because I'm not sure about sideband. I know CW will, because because the skimmers will pick you up. Maybe.
Hold on. Just POTA itself, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it will. Because Ham Alert will, look at the POTA spots. So if you didn't specifically tell it to, all right, no, he wants to know if Ham Alert will still work if you're not spotted on POTA. It will if you hit the DX cluster. You have to be spotted somewhere.
Okay, so he's not worried about if it is spotted on POTA.
Yeah. If you're not spotted on POTA, it will still work unless you told Ham Alert to only show you POTA spots. But you have to be spotted somewhere, like a DX cluster or something like that.
Well, the thing is, I could make the wrong trip and go into Canada because I do got the passport to do that, but my driver would not make it out so lucky. So
you see Dan, James, and Toby when activating. Yep. A funny story about that is all of us, Dan, James, and Toby, have all activated with each other, but not all at the same time. That would be a great activation.
But have you activated with Toby in multiple states?
No, just Jersey.
I have
no. Yes, I have. We did Jersey and New York, didn't we, Toby? Well, I think it was Jersey and New York. Whatever that the forest was at the end of that residential road that dead ended, that was a different state. So yes, I have activated in different states.
Well, I've got 3 states with her.
I've
still
got two.
Because I did two with her the very first time, 2 different states the very first time I met her, and then I went down in November and surprised her in Florida. It's going to be a busy last half of the year for me.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
July, I'm going west. August, I got Huntsville. I guess the bike rove is probably getting pushed to September. I might get it done in August.
Yeah, September would be better weather anyway.
And then October I go to Canada. So definitely a very busy finish.
Get Terry to knit you some long johns for Canada. He'll crochet you a pair of knickers.
Terry's already been approaching people in Canada trying to get them to steal my underwear while I'm up there. He said he may take wool up there.
Oh, that's great. Okay, I can see Tom now. Look what I found, eh?
When we was at field day, Terry got in my car and he got so many pieces of underwear out of my suitcase that he dropped one by my car.
Oh my goodness. Well,
yes,
yeah, that rove looks like a blast of fun. How many new states are you going to pick up?
All right, so I've already got Kentucky. I've already got Missouri.
Missouri.
Just so you guys know, the Missouri activation, everybody gets the 3-3 Missouri. Everybody will get the 3-3 Missouri activation. But I've already got those. So I'll get Oklahoma, Kansas, Idaho, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan.
Wow.
So
that's a good
9
chunk.
new states.
That was a really good chunk.
9 new states. It's going to be absolutely epic.
If you would have went on the originally planned west, you would have gotten less states, wouldn't you?
No.
More or the same?
More.
Really? More than 9? Jeez.
Because I was going one way out. then down diagonally and one way, and then back across the bottom.
Gotcha. Yeah, you would have got Texas probably.
Yes, I would. Texas.
Yeah,
was in there.
Panhandle. Yeah.
Texas, New Mexico,
Nevada,
California,
Arizona, Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah, all those would have been hit, but that's okay.
Hey, next year, right?
Always next year. It's probably still going to be 2 more trips out west for me to finish the west, and then I've got to go to the northeast.
Everybody hit that like button, as Chris said. Lick the like button for sure, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the notification bell. It's free. Do it.
Absolutely. And if you like POTA, you're in the right place. A lot of people. I've just been recently finding out. I know a lot of my subscribers. A lot of you guys are interactive. But there's a lot of people that are subscribed to this channel, POTA related, that I don't even have no clue that they're subscribed to this channel, and it's just really, really awesome. Just like the other day, I met that activator, and he said, "Oh, I love your channel." And I've never seen him in the chat, but that's awesome. I was talking on a 2-meter repeater when I was going down to meet Michael and them, and I talked to a guy, and he's like, "I know that call sign. I was like, "Do you do POTA?" He's like, "No, I'm just a tech," and blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Do you watch ham radio YouTube?" He said, "Oh my God, that's where I know you." So I mean, it's really awesome. So evidently, this is the POTA place to be.
Where all the cool kids hang out. Get to learn about epic roves out west and meetups.
I want to know if Toby's going to get me ever state.
I'm sure.
Toby, sure. I've not pushed you in a while.
I'm sure
you haven't tried to. You haven't had to get on your table too much in a while. I want Toby to get a coin. Toby was one of the original OGs to get the original A-Trag coin. And she's also earned another coin. I don't even remember what it was for. So Toby needs to earn this coin.
I'm sure she will do her best. Seems like everybody she hunts, she just blows my speaker up here. It's like we got a wire.
And Terry's probably messaging right now. Toby, you can get him and you can bring me in on your shoe. And I can get the coin too.
Just every time you call and tell them, I think I hear Terry in there.
What's messed up is I'm going to Michigan and PP Man is going to Eastern West Virginia.
Right. See you, Larry. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Always a pleasure. Yeah, Kiwi. POTA does have the best hams. I mean, there are a lot of great people in POTA, and everybody I've ever met, well, I won't say everybody. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. 99.9% of the people that I've met through POTA are excellent people, great human beings too, and they're not just radio friends. You start to learn about these people, learn about their families, their lives, and you develop that friendship with them. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, Larry, if you and Dave earn a coin, I can actually just bring it up when I come in October and not have to fill out custom forms for it.
There you go.
I wonder if James ever gave Larry his coin. Yeah, I know he's had it for. Larry has earned the 1,000 coin like I don't even know how it's forever ago. And the last time I'd asked James, and he's like, "No, I haven't made it down to Hamilton yet." And he told me just to bring it when I come. That's definitely gonna be an epic trip. It's crazy because I've always wanted to go to Niagara Falls. I'm a big waterfalls person.
Yep.
And the first time I ever go to Niagara Falls is going to be on the Canadian side. That's going to be fun.
There's going to be a ton of parks up there too. I mean, just it's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's why I like, unique parks for this year. I think I'm number 14 or something stupid.
Not for long.
But when I come back from Canada, I plan on being definitely in that top 5. It's crazy because a lot of the unique park people are from overseas, though. If you look at the top unique park people, a lot of them are from overseas.
Yeah, they do, because the park density overseas is just. I mean, you think Canada is good? You can. There's some places. Yeah, there's some places overseas that you can walk from park to park to park without even getting your feet wet.
Yeah, my mailing department, I'll tell you.
Well, that's your 2K coin. Just glue them together.
That's great. Still very few people have that 5K coin. There's still only 4 people that have that 5K coin. And if Photo would ever get their stuff together and fix my stats where I could look at them, I could tell you how many people was close. I think there's somebody close in the end. Pretty sure.
Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Papa has 1,007 QSOs.
Has how many?
1,007 with you.
1,007. That means he's recently hit it. See, that's another thing, Dave. I would know that you were at 1,007 and would be preparing to get you your coin, which will be an October trip. But Poda seems to not be able to keep up with my stats. So
you break everything. Yeah.
It's funny. I have to jump loops to do what normal Poda people do to look at. People's like, oh, I can go to look at this stat and this stat. Oh, really? Because my Poda page just spins because it breaks the page every time I try to load it.
Right. He says his 100 log says 1,103.
Okay. Everybody's that I don't know how to explain that other than the fact that I know you get Hunter QSOs for me when you work me as Whiskey 8 Lima Oscar Golf. But that does not go on your number for that award, the actual QSOs. That's the only thing I know that can be, but everybody's numbers are skewed. Their Hunter log says they have more than what the operator to operator says. I do go by the operator to operator, by the way. That's a big difference, though. 100 and some.
Yeah, that's a lot for just Whiskey 8 Lima Oscar Golf. Nah, well, we'll figure it out.
Everybody should flood Dan's email and tell him to get my page fixed, and just where I can stay on top of things more. Hey, we'll catch you later.
Yeah, buddy. Hope you and Pink have a happy 4th. Everybody have a happy 4th of July coming up.
Absolutely.
No better time to hunt.
Celebrate your freedom and go activate a Poda Park tomorrow.
Or go hunt 13 colonies, Somebody go from having nothing to get a clean sweep on the 4th. That would be awesome.
You'll remind me. I'll do that next year.
Yeah. That would be a good goal. Yeah.
And I'll do it from a park.
If GB13 ever gets on, I haven't seen them spotted. Oh, they're on right now, 20 meters. All right, guys, gotta
go. You're about to go anyway, so.
Yeah, Chris has been tearing it up. He has a 1,123 right now in the log. He's been running Kilo 2 Golf.
Right. All right, guys. Dan, what you got coming up for you?
Not a whole lot. Hopefully get GB13 here in the next couple minutes on 20 meters and go ahead and finish my clean sweep of the 13 colonies. And Off tomorrow, relaxing day on Friday, long weekend, and hopefully everybody has a happy 4th. Be safe if you're going to let off any of the bang, bang, boom, booms. Keep all your fingers and phalanges, and have a great week, guys.
Yeah, just got a notification that Logbook of the World is back online.
Yeah, I read that earlier. Yeah,
I bet mine's not.
Probably not.
Because it's like POTA. It's not his stats too much. Forget it. Anyway, for me, tomorrow I got a video drop. It'll be my crappy June numbers. Last month of crappiness. I'm declaring it. So we'll see if I can stick with that. But Friday, I'm dropping a video on the POTA from beginner to expert, and I'll be on the road Friday evening. So if you get me in every state, and I've already got a file put up, every log will go in that file, and I'll run the query when I'm back, and I'll see who it is. I've got 0 work entitled that it's easy for me to figure out because I just use my program that I use to do my monthly stats. So easy peasy. But if you get me in every state, you will get a challenge point. So Terry, get ready to mail out challenge points. maybe Michael will get 2 of them. All right, guys, we're getting ready to head over to After Chat. And if you don't know what After Chat is, it is a Patreon benefit, and you're welcome to join us by getting a free 7-day trial to Patreon. You can go over to Patreon and sign up for that, and then message myself or Dan in Discord, and we'll get you in the room. Other than that, thanks for the super chats tonight, and we'll catch everybody on the air. 73.
73, guys.